Guess what it is? It is Black History Month, my favorite time of the year. Well, besides my wedding anniversary month, right? But listen, I wanted to share with you some wonderful and extraordinary and amazing Black inventors, okay? Now, the first inventor is Mr. George Crumb, and he invented the potato chip. Thank you, Mr. Crumb. Okay, he invented the potato chip. Now, apparently, even in the 1800s, they had Karens. Okay, because Mr. Crumb was a chef in a restaurant, right? And so he served one of the Karens there some French fries. Well, they were not to her liking, so she sent them back, right? So out of frustration, Mr. Crumb takes a potato and cut it very thin, right? Cook it to a crisp, and then ended up just adding salt. And there you have the invention of the potato chip. The next person will be Miss Garrett Morgan. Now, he actually has three inventions that I'm going to share with you. The first one is something that you are familiar with, and it's called the stoplight. Yes. Now, originally, actually, there was a stoplight, but it was only two, right? So there was only stop and then there was go, right? So he ended up enhancing it, right, by adding the yellow light, which is what we see on today. Now, the reason why that he invented that is because during that time there were bikes and horse and carriage and cars. They were all on the same highway during that time, right? So he actually ended up seeing a very severe and serious accident. So that is what encouraged him to enhance the light that we have on today. Now, the interesting thing is that he actually sold his idea to GE for only $40,000. Another thing that Mr. Garrett Morgan actually invented was the straightening perm. I personally thank you, because when I tell you these edges, okay, I thank you personally. Okay, and the other thing that Mr. Garrett Morgan actually invented was the gas mask. Yes. So what happened was he saw the firefighters were really wrestling with the smoke and things like that, and so he invented this wonderful gas mask, right? That the firefighters that ended up using during that time. You to think of Dr. George F. Grant, because he invented the wooden golf tee, right? And he was finally acknowledged for all of his work by the United States Golf Association in 1991. Next one is Frederick McKinley. He invented the refrigerator truck. So you know when you're driving down the street and you see these huge trucks that have sort of refrigeration around them, usually it's on the top. He actually invented that, right? He had a company called Thermo King, well, that's what it's called right now. And Thermo King actually contributed during the World War II, where they were able to preserve blood and food and supplies and things like that during World War II. The next one is Mr. Lonnie Johnson. Listen, you may not know his name, but I'm sure that you know his product. He invented the Nerf gun and also the Super Soaker. Yes, I'm sure that you remember the Super Soaker. Listen, he is the one that invented that. Now, unfortunately, he sold the company to Hasbro, and well, he later discovered that he was being underpaid for royalties. So, of course, the smart man that he is, he ended up taking Hasbro to court, and he was able to get more of his royalties that he so deserved, and the amount that he received was $70 million. Mary Van Britten Brown. She was actually a nurse, and she invented the home security system. She had a husband that would go away for work at times, and she was afraid. She lived in Queens, New York at the time, and she became afraid. So she invented this wonderful system. She sort of put a hole in, made a hole and put a camera in there. And with that camera, she was able to call 911. She was able to see who was on her porch. And actually, some of the designs from her home security system is actually still used on today. Now, she and her husband actually did receive a patent for that in 1969. So 3 years after she started it, they were able to get a patent for her home security system. I hope that you have enjoyed, and I hope that you even do a little research, and I would love for you to drop down in the comments and tell me about maybe some Black inventions that you know of, and share it with my subscribers. That would be wonderful. I would love to hear it, and I would love to learn about some Black inventors that you know as well. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. God bless you, and remember, do not ever give up before the miracle happens. God bless. Bye.